Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
Happy New Year, Shark. 2024 is upon us, and the dreaded New Year's resolutions are also upon us. So I get a lot of people making goals, setting goals, and then very few of them ever follow through. And people seem to get drawn into this whole idea of getting goals around New Year's Day. So let me give a couple of tips first, and then maybe throw in one of mine if I even have one. But one tip is you got to make this thing social. In other words, if you just try to do it by yourself and you don't really tell anybody else, it's going to be way too easy to quit. But if you'll tell people about it in advance and then update people on how you're doing with it, whether you're following up or not, there's a healthy amount of shame that can actually keep you motivated. And they can make sure you pick friends like yourself that will absolutely roast the fire out of you for not following through with your goal. The other one is have a really clear idea of what you want the finish line to look like, because if it's just never ending, it's going to be too overwhelming. And then also have a really clear idea of what the costs are going to be, because when it gets uncomfortable and gets difficult, it's going to be really, really easy to quit. But if you've already anticipated what that discomfort and cost is going to be, then it's no surprise. So those are a few tips. I personally, I'm going to blow up the whole New Year's resolution thing. I don't make New Year's resolutions because I always think if it needs to happen eventually, it needs to happen now. And if I say in November that I'm going to start like losing weight in January, that means I don't really want it. So to me, when I get something, I just try to go after it. But there's my little wet blanket on the New Year's resolutions. What do you got for us?
Well, other than a lack of public shaming, I think mine are basically set very specific and clear goals. And I never give a vague goal to myself, like losing weight. It is always, I want to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 2 pounds, whatever it is. Losing weight is a nebulous thing, and you're never going to find, that means you haven't really planned out what your goal is. And second is, make sure to design out a plan. You got to figure out a way to break whatever habit you're in to get to where you want to go, A goal without a wish, a goal without a plan is just a wish, is what I meant to say. Make certain that you at least lay the footsteps and think through how you're going to get there. Because odds are you probably know how to do it. You just need to motivate yourself to do it. And third, make sure that it's something that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Not too much, not too big, but make sure that you're pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. If you're not, then you're not really, helping you get to where you want to go in life. Nobody wants to get to the middle. My end goal is not to be sort of heavy or sort of successful or sort of this, that, or the other. It's to push myself to go further, as we all do, where we want to get, and then stick to it. I mean, that's the most important thing. Is there's a lot of people that on day 3, I didn't start on day 1 and I didn't start on day 2. So then it becomes next week and then next month, and you look up and next thing you know, it's December. I mean, and that can destroy you. And the last but not least tip is make certain to do this episode every day for the next year. So, see you on the next one.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.